The Battle of Ichhogil Bund was a skirmish fought from the 22nd of September to the 23rd of September 1965 as part of the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965, in which approximately 2 Pakistani companies attempted to reoccupy the eastern bund of the Ichhogil Canal. Ichhogil Bund was captured by the 9th Battalion Madras Regiment, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel B.K.Satyan. Her company was sent away for a different task only that evening. The battalion had 3 rifle companies at its disposal. Orders were given in no time, but there was hardly any time for the company commanders to pass the orders. However, they knew the thambus. With brief orders, companies went in the following order. D Company was given the task to clear the Bund up to KG Hut, C Company to clear from KG Hut to Center Hut, and B Company up to Broken Hut. The whole of divisional artillery and mortars opened up at H20. The tanks also lined up in front of village Barkakalan and started pounding on the Bund and kept the enemy pinned down with the Brownings. The B and D companies reached the positions without much casualties, but when C Company got out of its position, it was caught up in the enemy's crossfire. 50% got wounded, including the company commander, Major Durham Pal. Young Anil, a fighter from Terry Garwal, and a school teacher before joining the army, was the first to lead his platoon into the battle. With a bayonet fixed on his stern, he led his men right into the Bund in the face of thousands of traces from enemy MMGs. When he reached 200 yards short of the objective, heavy medium machine gun and light machine gun fire came from a pillbox north of the KG Hut, and the platoon was held up. Anil knew the clearing of this position was very important for the success of the whole operation. He crawled forward with his men. 2 gallant young volunteers of his platoon, Sepoy Narajanan and Sepoy Bhaskaran, came forward to silence the enemy guns. They crawled under the cover of tall grass, and within 20 minutes those guns were silenced. Anil and his platoon rushed forward, cleared the enemy and occupied the pillbox, and from then onwards charged and cleared trench after trench. Sometimes the thambus lifted the enemy out physically and pushed them into the water. It was a hand-to-hand fight. A good number of Pakistani soldiers, leaving their arms, jumped into the canal in an attempt to cross, but hardly anyone reached the other side as they were swept away in the fast current of the canal. The rest were found dead in the trenches with shell or bayonet wounds. The battalion captured 1 officer and 10 oars in the operation. The Bund was echoing with war cries of Vadi Kalu for 1 hour. Killing, firing and hurling of grenades across the canal went on unceasing till 3 a.m. The way battalion stretcher bearers evacuated and treated casualties during the battle put everybody in awe. A good piper, Reddy, was hit by an enemy MMG and he fell dead. When the ambulance jeep attached from the advanced dressing station went out of action, the medical NCO, Thankappa, known as Rasam in the battalion, took the wheel of the medical inspection room truck and made at least 10 trips, evacuating the casualties throughout the night. The battalion had killed 48 Pakistani soldiers, and presumably 80 Pakistani soldiers were washed away in the canal while attempting to cross. This figure was verified by the Pakistani commanding officer who came to collect the dead after the ceasefire. An attack was launched by 1 battalion lesser company against a well-coordinated defense position occupied by approximately 2 Pak companies with a complex of MMGs and pillboxes. The attack was launched within the minimum time with brief orders. In the morning of September 23, when the Pakistani CO met his counterpart, he did not speak a word. He came with a grim look, accompanied by a company commander and a few men, collected the dead bodies and rode across the canal. In the wee hours of September 23, Sepoy Irajanan and Sepoy Bashkaran of the leading platoon were found dead in a pool of blood. Sepoy Irajanan was within a few feet of the pillbox, presumably after throwing a grenade through the slit of the pillbox, which held 3 pack soldiers, a machine gun, a light machine gun, and a rifleman with unlimited quantity of ammunition. Sepoy Irajanan had 6 bullets across his face. The whole battalion was able to sweep past only because of gallant fighters and the supreme sacrifices of men. Sepoy Malappan was sitting dead holding his MMG tight, and Sepoy Ramachandran was dead with a big splinter in his stomach. The concrete pillbox and the bund, splashed with the blood of young heroes. Twisted telephone poles with traces of blood and shell holes were evidence of the heroic actions of Thambus. In this heroic action, 27 terrors made supreme sacrifice. The battalion was honored with 1 Vir Chakra, 2 Sena medals, 12 mentioned in dispatches and theatre honor. Punjab.